So welcome back to next game on pitch 1, the semi-final game between Singapore under-21 and Chinese Taipei under-21 is about to begin. We see To now going for the first ball against Chinese Taipei, and Chinese Taipei are now in possession to start the first attack. So fast break now for Singapore. Fu's now on the left. Makes pass to Yo, who looks to have made a mistake. He obviously thought that the Chinese Taipei player was his teammate and made the pass to him. So close shave now for Chinese Taipei, and they win the corner. So Kao in position now for Chinese Taipei, pass it to Chen, blocked, and will be retrieved by Ho. So Chinese Taipei now have a new 60 seconds on the shot clock to prepare for next wave of attack. So they'll start down the right flank now with Ho. Loose ball now, but Kao is quick to retrieve it. He passes back to Ho. He makes a pass into the box to Song, and the ball is back out with Chen looking to find another teammate. So reset out now for Chinese Taipei. It also looks like the shot clock has been reset. Probably there was a foul committed beforehand where the referee had to wave play on. Space down the middle for Chen now. So there's danger in the box, and Chinese Taipei have a decent shooting chance, but it's blocked by the Singapore defense. And Singapore now going on the fast break. Space on the left now for Fu. He makes pass. So To now passing back to Yo of Singapore, who looks to want to continue the attack. He passes the ball into space to get his friend to move forward. Reset ball to the flank on the right. To with the ball now, who then chooses to reset back to Yo for another wave of offense. So Fu now is on the left. Bit of pressure by the Chinese Taipei defender. Yo goes for a shot, is blocked, and Singapore win their first corner of the day. So ball out now to Yo. It's a shot by To, which is blocked by the Chinese Taipei goalkeeper Chen. Another corner for Singapore, and Yo will start proceedings. Fu, sorry, will start proceedings. Yo in support on his right, and To down the middle. Good pass from Fu to find To. It's a shot and it's a goal. 1-0 to Singapore. They take the lead against Chinese Taipei. It's a big shot from outside the zone. So Chinese Taipei now restarting proceedings. 6 minutes left on the game clock. And Ho will now make the pass to Zhou. Back to Ho. Starting the attack on the left flank with Kao. Makes a pass back to Ho, joined by Zhou in the middle, makes an in-zone pass to Chen, who shoots under the bar, and the referee has called for a corner. Good chance that the shot grazed a Singapore pedal on its way out, which resulted in it flying under the goalpost. So Song now starting the corner for Chinese Taipei. Zhou is in support. And the Singapore defense has actually tackled their way back in the way of the shots, but there's been a loose pass now. Chan now moving to pressure. Zhou will take a dribble, looking for his teammate in the zone. There's a bit of pressure now, and the shots come off the post. Back to the Chinese Taipei, but blocked by a Singapore defense. Look at how much it means to Lim. Song now starting the corner for Chinese Taipei. And there's some good work in the jostling of zone by Chen of Chinese Taipei. Fu is having a tough time keeping Chen out, and the corner taker Song is now on the right side of the pitch. So Cho now glancing at the clock, he makes a pass to the right flank. There's a pass into the zone, but it bounces off the boat and Singapore have a fast break. So outlet ball to the left flank. We have a runner in the form of Chan, Jiaming. So Chen now, Singapore gets the ball. He's unable to find a forward pass, but Yo is in support. Fu now gets the ball, and with the Chinese Taipei defender pressuring him, he will surely look to reset and play the remainder of the shot clock. But Chan now of Singapore not relenting, starting down the left flank. There has been a substitution made for Singapore, and we see Ng moving in to jostle for space on the left side of the Chinese Taipei zone. So slowing things down now, Chan again to start attack on the left flank, hopefully drawing some space. There's a relay pass made to Yo. The Chinese Taipei defender has made a naughty move with his pedal. Referee has waved play on, and surely he will get booked for a similar foul when it happens later on. So in Canoe Polo, you are not allowed to use your pedal to retrieve the ball should an opponent's hand be in close proximity. Otherwise, you might risk injuring your opponent, which we would not like for that to happen. So in the meantime, Singapore have gotten the corner. Chan of Singapore to start the corner. And we see Yo of Singapore moving high up the pitch on the right flank, just behind Ng, his teammate, who is jostling for space on the right flank. Surely he makes the drive now. The pass is into space for Fu. He shoots, and that's a great block by the Chinese Taipei goalkeeper Zhou. Chan again now to start the corner for Singapore, and Fu to take a similar position on the right. And we can see the Chinese Taipei chaser Ho glancing to see where the ball is coming from, but Yo has now found some space in the middle. It's a good recovery from Song of Chinese Taipei to cover that space, and Yo is denied entry into the zone. So he resets out back to Chan. So Fu again pulling away from the Chinese Taipei defender. Chan now taking a shot, but it's deflected out again for another corner. Bit of pressure rising now for the Chinese Taipei defense. It's about 3 corners in succession for Singapore now. And we will look to see if Chinese Taipei can weather this storm. So it looks like Chen of Chinese Taipei is now moving to press the corner taker Chan. With that position that the Chinese Taipei defenders are taking, they are forcing a distance pass, apparently. So sideline pass moves. And the referee is pulling back play for a tackle on the Chinese Taipei player. So it appears that because of the proximity of the plastic pontoon cubes, you are not allowed to hand tackle your opponent and risk injuring him. This is probably why Yo of Singapore has been sent off for 2 minutes or until Chinese Taipei manages to score a goal, whichever comes first. So pass into the zone now for Song. It's a great block by the standing goalkeeper Ng. And Chi of Chinese Taipei looks to want to continue proceedings. He actually dribbles the ball in, he goes for a shot, and yet another block by the standing goalkeeper Ng. And we see Lim now in the substitute line explaining to Yo on why he got booked. Yo still looks visibly confused. In the meantime now, Chinese Taipei on the attack. It's a pass into the zone to Song, but Fu of Singapore has managed to jostle his way in between Song and the goalkeeper to place a pedal in between the shot. And that's the equalizer for Chinese Taipei, and power play should ensue now. So Singapore should have their 5th man up right now. So first half about to end. Last 54 seconds remaining. Singapore will look to play out the final 54 seconds, but looks like Chinese Taipei are not going to allow them to do so. Looks like they've gone for a press. Casual pass there by Chen to his teammate, who is then tackled by Chinese Taipei player. But Chia of Singapore now, who capsizes. Possession is lost. There's a ball floating in the water now, and Song of Chinese Taipei recovers it. About 20 to 30 seconds to go now. It's a block. It's passed inside the zone. And it's a great block to Yo of Singapore. 17 seconds in the first half remaining. We can hear the Chinese Taipei supporters calling for some urgency in starting the corner. It's a quick pass out to Zhou now. In-zone pass to Song. In-zone pass to Chen, who will score with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. And Chinese Taipei now lead 2-1, and that's the end of the first half. Oh, but the goal has been disallowed by the referee. Looks like they may have spotted a foul in the build-up to that attack, and it isn't halftime as we thought it was. Looks like 1 second remains on the clock. So the referee looks very keen to play out the final second on the game clock, and will do so. So long shot taken with a fumble, and the score line is still 2-1. Welcome back to the second half of the semi-final. Referee starts the ball. Chan of Singapore. Surely he gets the ball. The Chinese Taipei player shouldn't be allowed to be on his spray deck. So Chan wins the first ball for his efforts. And that's a great try by Chen of Chinese Taipei. So substitution made now after that intense sprint by Chan. We see Chia now jostling for space on the right side of the Chinese Taipei zone with Fu looking to join Chia. We've seen them link up successfully yesterday, and there's a shot, and it's blocked by the Chinese Taipei defender. Fu now to start the corner for Singapore. So dribble taken on the corner by Fu. Soto passes it out to the right. We can see the attention being drawn to the left side of the zone for the Chinese Taipei defenders. If Singapore manages to switch to the right, they might find some space, but it's a poor pass by Yo, and Chinese Taipei are now on the fast break. So that's an overzealous pass to say the least. And Singapore breathed a sigh of relief. Had that gone in, it would definitely be 3-1. So a bit nervy now from Singapore. They need to calm themselves down and look to play better passes, because they were halfway there with half of the zone being drawn over to the right. So Lim now in possession for Singapore. Back to Ng, who was previously the standing goalkeeper, and back to Lim. So space now on the left for Fu, with a good jostle by Xia. Again, the pass could be better for both players, and surely now the mistake will not be made. But we see To in hot pursuit. That's great defensive work, but it's a pass and it's a goal.
Goal once again for Chinese Taipei by player number 5, Song Tianyang.
Seven minutes left on the second half. Singapore starting proceedings again. So now working with two players jostling for space. Already there's some space appearing now on the right flank, and Chan resets it back to his keeper. Yo passes it to Fu, who is now on the right hand side. Chan making a drive in on the left. There is some space. He can link up with Chen, but he goes for the high reset to the right flank. Space now in the middle for Yo. Chan is now back out. In the meantime, Ng is having some success working on the right flank, but the shot occurs on the left hand side. Chan gets a rebound and makes a pass into the hands of a Chinese Taipei player. There has been an illegal hand tackle made by Yo of Singapore, and Chinese Taipei continue the break. A card is likely to be given after this round of play, and Chinese Taipei will score their 4th goal of this match.
Goal once again for Chinese Taipei by player number 2, Cao Dahua. Score now is Chinese Taipei 4, Team Singapore 1.
So uphill battle now for Singapore. They are down 3 goals. And they have about 6 minutes and 46 seconds now to dig deep and find what it takes to create 3 goals to be back in contention for a spot in the final. So pass into space now for Lim, and space has appeared down the middle. Yo is driving in, so is To. Space created in the middle now for his teammate Chen, but they opt not to proceed with the attack. So Lim now in possession for Singapore. Yo is making his way down to the left flank. And To starting the attack on the right flank. Passes to Lim of Singapore. He goes for a long shot. And that's white. Chinese Taipei are now in possession. And all to do now for Singapore. Should they choose to press, they would need to be a bit tight on the runners, because now the Chinese Taipei player has all the time in the world to make his dribble up. So Chi now for Taipei, Chinese Taipei. In the meantime, space being worked on the right hand side by the Chinese Taipei jostlers. So illegal pedal foul by the Singapore defender To. In zone pass now to Chi. And a space down on the left flank now. He shoots and he scores. 5 goals to 1.
Goal by Chinese Taipei number 2, Hao Dahua.
So if Singapore want to book a spot in the finals, following the run of play, they will definitely need to go for a man-to-man play. If not, there will be no other way for them to retrieve the ball unless Chinese Taipei contrives to give it away. So it's a great shot now by Lim on the left flank, and
Goal from Team Singapore.
1 goal put back
number 3,
and 3 goals to go.
Joey. Score now is Chinese Taipei 5, Singapore 2.
So a bit of pressure now, because in the next 60 seconds, Chinese Taipei will need to get their shot away and score a goal. Should that be turnover, the game clock will still have 3 minutes remaining, which gives Singapore ample time to form up a good attack. So probably why they are not choosing to man mark, but Chinese Taipei have worked out a great attack, and the scoreline is now 6-2.
Jipoju.
So Chia now of Singapore, of Singapore, sorry, passing it to Fu. They need to have a bit more urgency with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And we can see the ball bounce off his helmet a bit comically, and he loses possession. Chinese Taipei on the fast break now, surely it's 7 goals. And
Goal
things
from
now
Chinese
looking
Taipei,
grim for
number 8.
Singapore.
Ho Chen Yi.
So Singapore back in offense now. 3 minutes, 56 seconds to go. They need to conjure something. They need something on their side should they wish to book a spot in the finals. And Lim looks to be going for a quick snapshot. The ball is now loose with Chinese support down the middle. And Ho of Chinese Taipei, who has actually made a foul. So Yo of Singapore now resetting the ball out to To, who is making a drive on the right hand side. So pressure now from Chen of Chinese Taipei. The ball goes back to Yo. There's space now on the left, where we can see Lim is lying in wait. But Yo does not have a passing option. Pass now goes to Lim. He's stationary, he does not have momentum, and he chooses not to go for the shot. So To now shooting the ball after pressure from the Chinese Taipei defender Chen. Yo receives the ball, makes a pass to Lim, but it's a stray pass and Chinese Taipei are now in possession, but looks like an obstruction foul has been called by the referee. So Singapore urgently starting the ball. Lim now with the ball, he raises the ball and he shoots, and it comes off the crossbar. So Chinese Taipei are now in the fast break, and we see Lim moving back as fast as he can to defend. It's a distance pass, and with a goalkeeper, it's a block by Yo of Singapore. So the scoreline still remains 7-2, and time is ticking away. So high ball now out from the corner to Ho of Chinese Taipei. Makes an in-zone pass. Was a bit stray, but Zhou does well to recover it. And Fu now trying to block the pass with his hands. But the ball is now in the zone with Shi, who hits the post. So Chen of Chinese Taipei now, who scores, and it goes to 2 now for Chinese Taipei, and
Chinese Taipei,
all over now
9,
for Singapore,
Chen
surely.
Shujia.
So referee just having a discussion with the official desk to decide on the foul that has been given previously. And looks like the Chinese Taipei team are now slowly drifting forwards to go man-to-man against the Singapore team, who are now down to 4 men. Sprint down the right flank, but the pass does not happen. Singapore now just looking for damage limitation, probably. It's a pass now to Chan, who has done well to work some space on the right flank. In the meantime, his teammate Ng is now in support. Passes the ball back to Chan, and there's a runner down in the middle. And that's a pass back to Yo by Chan. So Ng in support now with a Chinese Taipei player in pursuit. Makes a pass to the middle. So decent movement so far by the Singapore team, but he's unable to stay afloat and he loses possession. Fast break is on for Chinese Taipei, and that's a goal now. And scoreline is 9-2.
Goal from Chinese Taipei's number 8, Ho Chen Yi. Score now is Chinese Taipei 9, Singapore 2.
So just about 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining on the first half now. This Chinese Taipei team has definitely shown how dangerous they are and how dangerous they can be in the transitions, be it whether they are in offense or defense. And now, curiously, the Chinese Taipei player has gone up the spray deck of the player, but the referee has not chosen to punish him, instead to wave play on. So Toh now in possession for Singapore. Last 40 seconds now on this exciting semi-final between Chinese Taipei and Singapore. Toh now on the right flank. He goes for a shot and it comes off the crossbar. Chen now of Singapore trying to recover the rebound. He takes a tumble and Chan of Singapore gets the ball. He passes to his teammate Chen, but there's no one in pursuit because it looks like most of the Singapore team had actually moved back to defend the fast break, which they thought was about to happen. Toh now with the ball, blocked by Chinese Taipei Polo. And Zhi now with the ball goes for a long shot, and that will be the end of the game. Final score: Chinese Taipei 9-2.
Chinese Taipei winning Team Singapore with a score of 9-2. For those of you along the beautiful Marina Bay